Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes. We're only 11 away now from Alt Path Week and All Pills Week. So if you'd like to make it happen even sooner, go check out the other videos that have not crossed 3,000 likes yet. Click the like button. That's all you got to do. And thank you, everyone who does that, as long with everyone who does their own little like streaks here on the comment streaks down below, as well as doing it every single day. I really appreciate it. It helps out a great deal. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you on the Sinvicta subreddit by Sad Sewer Dweller. Title of the thread was when Sinvicta correctly predicts the Greed Fight shop for the 1,000th time. I've played these games before. Yeah, that's a good old Squid Game half season, I guess. I was kind of disappointed in that. We'll talk about it in a moment. CJ is going to be Alpha 9, Alpha Delta, Whiskey 9, X-Ray Zulu. Again, we're starting off with just god-awful tears rate, and this time our damage is also very bad. But at least our movement speed's there, but we also have the Scam Box, which is the Alabaster Box, which means that until we fill it up, we cannot get Soul Hearts. Yeah. So that's bad. That's all. I cannot believe that shot hit us. That's all kinds of bad because obviously we need the Soul Hearts to help us out and to protect our Devil Deals. We're also starting off with a Rotten Tomato, which allows us to paint targets. So if we end up shooting a target and it turns red, then what happens is that target will draw all the aggravation from every single mob in the room until they're dead. So we end up not getting a Soul Heart, but we end up getting the Small Rock, which is going to give us a nice little damage boost. Obviously, it's going to kill our movement speed. You can't believe that shot didn't go past us either. I thought that shot was going to fall short by a whole lot. But the real problem here, other than our tears rate and now movement speed, is the fact that the Alabaster Box cannot be charged by anything. It can only be completed by picking up Soul Hearts. That is the only way. Every Soul Heart counts for 2 pips on the Scam Box, which means that you need a grand total of 6 Soul Hearts to get rid of it. Now, if you do end up completing it, it does give you, I think, 2 angel items, so it can be okay. Let's see, that's a shame. I'm not going to pick those up yet because I'm hoping that we find an active item in the shop or in the item room. This is one of the few times that I'm hoping for that. But the Alabaster Box it's just one of those items that you just do not want. And look at this, we're going to get Pyromaniac, brother. Okay, so Pyromaniac is going to give us the explosion immunity, but on top of that, it's also going to heal us every time we get hit by an explosion. So theoretically, we might have enough to play the sack room here and fill up the Alabaster Box if we get the Soul Heart payout. That's pretty much the only way that's going to happen, but we have a long way to go there. I'm anticipating finding an active item in the shop, though, and then just getting rid of the Alabaster Box as soon as possible. I mean, that's got to happen. So you saw right there, the Ministro ended up murking that Fat Isaac. Probably going to happen the same over here as well. Maybe not. So the Fat Isaacs are going to be aggravating towards the Ministro, which is good. I mean, Rotten Tomato, whenever it's popping off, it can definitely pay out for you very nicely. You know, it gives you, of course, there's no active item. It can give you a lot of easy crowd control that you don't have to. It's low maintenance crowd control, right? You're doing what you're going to be doing anyway, which is firing on enemies and then letting them take each other out. So it's very, very strong, especially when you're talking about bosses like Lamb, where they have a lot of contact damage and they just kind of run into each other, or any boss that basically spawns any ads. The Soul of Eve here, which I'm just going to use on the boss, I guess. Yeah, so we have a lot of Soul Hearts here. I'm still refusing to pick them up, though. And it's famine. You know, we had a couple of streams over the weekend where we went into great discussion about talking about static drops, and a great majority of the mosh pit were in agreement that it is just such a huge bummer to have to, if you end up blasting through the early part of a run and you're getting to the boss okay, and then next thing you know, you get a static drop boss like Famine, Or any of the horsemen, really. It's such a big bummer. I'm gonna bomb this, but I'm also gonna hit myself so I can heal. Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do. The judgment card.
Judgment.
So let's go back and pick up these red hearts while we can. Now remember, there is a soul heart and there's also a red heart inside of the shop here as well. These represent extra hits that we can take on the sack room, and there's also a bomb in there. So if we happen to run out of bombs, which we most likely will, then we can pick those up. All of this, by the way, is to avoid wasting soul hearts on the scam box, the alabaster box. Which is sad because it's like, man, the alabaster box would just be so much better if you didn't have to do this. I can't think of a way to charge the alabaster box. I honestly would just like to see it not be soul heart charged and just be any heart charged. I think the super secret room is here. Again, I'm going to bomb myself just to get the heal. Okay, this is great. It's fantastic. We get ourselves more bombs, and we absolutely don't have to pick up any soul hearts to complete the sack room anyway. But what's, I guess, in a weird twist of luck, we're definitely going to have enough soul hearts to complete the alabaster box in 4-1. So it could have been a lot worse, right? Could have been a lot worse. We could have been stuck with it for a while. And look at that. Get the alabaster box filled up here. And there's divine intervention. We get our soul hearts back. Oh, man. And I guess we get to show off that item that I was talking about on, I believe, yesterday's episode. I'm recording this on a different day. In discussion with, what is some of the most underrated angel items in the game, and I think that divine intervention is the most underrated angel item in the game. I think you can do so much with it. I take Curse the Tower just because, we've got Pyromaniac, so we literally cannot get damaged by explosions. In fact, they help us. And we also can't touch fire either, so. Hey, look at that. We got Yum Heart. Dead Sea Scrolls, by the way, is going to give us random active items. And it can be good, can be bad. We don't have to worry about the kamikaze effect, though, because obviously if we blow up, we're just going to heal. So it's, in many different ways, this is a fantastic start for outside of our stats. Our stats still need help, but we've given ourselves a fantastic opportunity to grow on this run. And not having to worry about our HP for quite a while is going to be nice as well. Mom's bottle pills. Good. So we're ending up with 2 full racks of hearts, and yeah, that was just a super clutch pickup with Pyromaniac, and then the alabaster box payout was okay. So on last week's question of the episode, I got to pull it up again because I accidentally clicked out of the window. This one coming in, this is on the new strongest run of the year, which of course that is a new running thing thanks to Perna. And the thumbnail, it was kind of a continuation thumbnail that I wanted for this thumb. I told Alex that do this, but make it Isaac-y. And essentially what I did was I gave him we got a prayer card. I gave him the just a still screenshot from the Spit Out the Bone music video, and it's that giant skull puppet that they had in there was that was obviously one of the big draws of that video. You can actually take if we wanted to. Might as well. We can take the torn card. Every 15 shots we shoot an Ipecac and my reflection here. And again, Kamikaze or Pyromaniac makes this to where we don't have to worry about this ever being a problem, which is real nice. Let's see, Scrolls giving us Milo Unicorn. But the question of the episode from last week's episode came in from Ninja Cam 88. Waiting for the super jump here. Who said, question of the episode, more for an idea of the next like streak goal. Would you consider doing a 34 character streak from Isaac to Tainted Jacob? I don't know if I would do that as like a theme week or something like that. Maybe like a live stream for sure, but I don't think people would want to see every single character just taken up. Like, most people want to see Eden. I know that some people will really enjoy the harder runs like Tainted Lost, Tainted Jacob, and stuff like that, and that's fine. But I don't necessarily want to do that for 34 videos in a row. You know, and the bread and butter of the channel is Eden, and also my favorite character to play as is Eden. So I wouldn't necessarily want to take that away from people. But I like the idea of doing a non all character run for like a big live stream. That could be fun. It definitely wouldn't be on the YouTube file though. I'm gonna have to be very convinced to do a Tainted Jacob run and a Tainted Lost run, outside of course a random run. Finally get our devil deal here, and boy howdy, what a devil deal it is. I'm only going to take duality. This is just to lock in the devil deal. Earth the Lost immediately. And we're slowly but surely catching up for our boss rush here. We're really gonna have to book it though. I mean, I'm not in a hurry, obviously. Like this run won't be going anywhere anytime soon. We absolutely just need more tears. We need more damage. The tears rate is being the biggest turd in the punch bowl right now, though. Now, having those Ipecac and my reflection shots is going to be nice. Shadows, nice. Probably should have waited before I picked up that charge key. The charge keys always show up at the worst time. You know, like they show up after you've already made the move to pick them up, and then you realize, oh wait, that was a charge key. I don't know why those Psyhorfs weren't firing on each other. Yeah, I mean, we get another sack room here. There's basically no reason not to do this. Even if we lose all the soul hearts, we're still going to get everything back out of money. And with us having Humbling Bundle, this is going to be real nice. Yep. Oh, it's a red heart run. The redemption. Yeah, there's our 30 cents. It's gonna be way more than 30 cents, though, obviously, thanks to Humbling Bundle. We actually want to fail. We want to fail this devil deal here because we've already seen inside the angel room, and we don't want to reset our chance of getting a devil deal on the next floor. Great shot there by Torn Card. Mopticis is real bad. I mean, it's not real bad. It's just kind of like a. If you need a knockback, fine, but we have the best knockback in the game, which is Divine Intervention. Oh, we have no keys. Silly me. Why would you give me a key there, boss? Very weird. It looked like the Globin actually ran through Divine Intervention there. Yeah, would you give us a key, boss? Yeah, every time I see the Divine Intervention move. It reminds me of being a Crusader in Dungeon Fighter Online. The original Crusaders. There we go. All right, let's go back to the shop here. We have way too much money not to spend. We're not going to make Boss Rush. Just forget about it. If we qualify for the Devil Deal, we qualify. It's, you know, it's kind of whatever. Blue map. If we time the Ipecac tier with tier detonator, good things can happen. So we're going to make our way to the boss and finally get to Caves 2. Man, this has been a long 3 floors. Lots of going back and forth here. You know, we're still in the age of discovery here with this run. Not quite sure where it's going to be going yet. Yes, there you go. It's a good example of what Rotten Tomato can do. And again, we kind of want to we want to fail this one. Oh well. We definitely want to fail this. Oh, that hit us. Oh, you know what? It was because of the creep. It wasn't because of the shot. Okay, good. We failed it anyway, so no harm, no foul. Let's go into the alt path door. Sometimes there's a secret room. This time there wasn't. We can use our... We don't technically have to use bombs to get into Devil Deals, or to get into secret rooms, because obviously we've got the torn card. But yeah, we need to get stats here. We have not gotten... The last stat up that we got was the stopwatch of all things for movement speed, which is fine. But yeah. Yeah, necesito mucho statso. The last stat up that mattered was Small Rock. And even then it wasn't a stat up. There was a movement speed down mixed in with that. Okay. Well, you know what? Teleport? Thank you. Give him a little knockback there. Try to guide the Ipecac tier a little bit. Kind of hoping I can just get myself out of this room, but apparently hitting the door point blank doesn't count. It was a okay. Teleport, I appreciate you. I really do. You know I'm your biggest defender, biggest supporter. I need you to stop teleporting me while I'm trying to get somewhere. We should be close to the 15th shot here. There we go. Ooh, man, we do not do a lot of damage at all, even with the Ipecac tier. That is not good amounts of damage at all. Great kill, though, by Linger Bean. And we failed a 68% Devil Deal, but we do get a Tears Up, thankfully. Thanks to Consolation Prize, which is good. Yeah, it was a fairly good weekend, I would say. Still trying to. I'm still the world's worst Bazaar player in the world. Like, I don't know what it is about that game. It just feels like everything I do in that game is just an absolute failure. I don't know if it's because of the meta. I don't know if it's because I just suck. I mean, all my other friends are way better than I am at that game, and I just can't get stuff to work. Like, people, I see Frag all the time get like infinite synergies and, like, you know, the infinite combos where it's just infinitely scaling up and up and up and up and up, and I'm like, oh man. Oh, thank you, Kirsten Mays, appreciate it. I'm like, oh man, that would be that looks like such a great build, and, like, you know, Frag is legendary and Ryan gets wins, and, you know, I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? Because I understand the game, it feels like I'm not getting the items that, like, I really need to synergize with each other. Just gonna get off this floor. Screw you, Curse the Maze. And another Curse the Lost. But it's like, I really want to like the Bazaar. Like, I'm giving it my best shot. And I don't dislike it right now because I'm losing. I dislike it because it feels like there's only, if you don't get a good starting item, this is what it feels like anyway. I could be, I'm just talking from a newbie standpoint, but in that game, if you don't know what the Bazaar is, by the way, go check out the gaming channel, which you can find a link to down below. Go subscribe over there. Done a few Bazaar runs. I've gotten only, I think, 3 wins ever in about probably the 100 runs that I've done at this point. But in the Bazaar, you start off with, the game gives you a choice of 3 random items for your character, and that doesn't technically really define how your run is going to be. It just has a huge impact on if it's going to be a good or a bad run. It doesn't define it because you can always pivot, but yeah, if you get a really crappy set of items to start with, like Vanessa, if you get like the shovel, the dock lines, which is just like it slows 2 items for a few seconds, and a piranha for a starting item, you just forget about it. Like, just don't even bother. And I feel like I get that kind of start most of the time, no matter what character I'm playing, even Dooley. Dooley is another reason why I don't like the game right now. I feel like Dooley is just something that they just have not ever figured out how to balance. And that's also really frustrating. What exactly was causing those backstabber procs over here? Was that Aquarius on the ground and was just covered by blood or something? That was very strange. The moon card here. We've already been to the moon. It's not good. I'm getting the very sneaky suspicion that the torn card is going to be the biggest pickup that we've gotten, other than Backstabber. I mean, it is a Tears Up. Technically speaking, it is a Tears Up, but it's not the Tears Up that I want. I know that the whole beggars can't be choosers thing, but, like, we're not that desperate. We can get by with this run if I end up having to. That was stupid. If I end up having to, but Empress card, reverse Empress card is going to give us 2 HP, so we may want to pick that up for a future Devil deal. I don't know what hit me there. It said Bob's Rotten Head, and then we didn't throw Bob's Rotten Head. Then we got Anarchist Cookbook instead. Very strange. I mean, we're still killing bosses at a decent rate. We get shot speed here. Shot speed's good. Justice is fine. Yeah. It would take forever and a day to get Whore of Babylon activated. I'm going to skip that because we have Redemption. We got that from the first Sacrum Shuffle. I think it would be silly to... it can't be there because the extra door's there. Yeah, it would be silly not to just take the damage here. And Curse the Blind. I think we've had one curseless floor this entire run. Okay, teleport. I love you. I really do. If you could just please stop teleporting us. It's actually not even Teleport's fault, really. It's Dead Sea Scrolls' fault. So I'm not going to blame Teleport on this one. Hey. By God, we have hope. Stars card. Yes, I will.
The stars.
Satanic Bible, sure. At this point, why not? Every time I hear Stars card, I think of one of my favorite actors, Stellan Skarsgård. It was a bonus that he was in Dune. Like, I know that I gave a review when I first saw Dune Part 2 in the theater, and I said that it felt underwhelming and stuff, but having watched the movie about probably 10 times, maybe more than that since then, like, I'm a fan. Like, Dune, like, Part 2 really did a pretty good job. Nice. Okay, so we can get out of here and redo this again without Curse the Blind. Part 2 really did a pretty good job at wrapping things up, at least for all the questions that were answered or were brought up in Part 1. And then, of course, it set up Part 3, Messiah, which is going to be coming out this year, maybe. So I'm looking forward to that. I would say I'm a pretty big Dune fan now. I just got done watching, at the time of this recording, it was yesterday, actually. I got done watching the rest of Dune Prophecy, which was the HBO miniseries with Emily Watson and some lesser-known actors, at least lesser-known to me anyway, which doesn't say much because I'm not like a big actor buff. The shop's got to be down here. Yeah. Or not. Wow, this is a weird map. No spoilers, I would say for Dune Prophecy, but at the end of it all, I would say it was definitely worth watching. I was kind of out for the first like 2 episodes, and it's just because I don't like, most of this is personal bias. I don't like prequels, right? And then they have a very extended flashback in one, I don't remember which episode it is, but I was just I almost fell asleep through it because I'm like, so we're having a flashback in a flashback series type thing, you know? And I just don't, it's just not for me, right? It starts off very slow. like very, very slow. It does get very good though towards the second half of the first season. And if you're a Dune fan like I am, like it's definitely worth watching. You got to get through the slow bits, but when you get through it, it's an enjoyable journey. And it's pretty cool to see Emily Watson act in even though they weren't side by side in this one here, but in a sort of soft reunion with Stellan Skarsgård, because obviously he plays the Baron the Harkonnens, and Emily Watson starred alongside him in the Chernobyl series. And I also didn't know that they also both starred in a very, very, very old romantic movie as well. It's Curse the Blind, so we just don't know what we're going to get, and we still don't know what we're going to get, but at least we get the Krampus tax out of the way here while it's still blind. We're going to get the redemption payout too, which is fine. Then we can use the Fool card to get out.
The Fool.
Pity the Fool. Might as well go into the Curse room. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching if you have a HBO Max account and you're looking for something that's Dune related and it still takes place in that whole universe, but it's also got like some really, really good acting in it, and I would definitely recommend it. Okay, we get our damage upgrade there from Redemption. It's got some pretty bad stuff in it too, though. Like, I won't spoil anything, but there's some characters in the show that kind of just feel like they were put in there just to try to tap into Game of Thrones. One of the main characters is totally useless. I mean that in the worst possible way. The entire show could have been without her so far, at least for season 1. She could have just not existed and nothing would have changed. And I don't know why they put so much emphasis on this character in particular, because she sucks. But you know, it's definitely not a perfect miniseries. But I did enjoy it as a new Dune fan. Which is funny because I've never seen the 80s version of Dune, and that's supposedly that one is considered to be the superior one, even more so than the 2 remakes that happened. Ooh, that's good. Well, we get rid of our Ipecac shot, but honestly, our Ipecac shot's not really doing anything for us at this point. It just gives us infinite healing, and I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. This gives us 2 extra item rooms. That's huge. We're already getting another extra item room after that last one. We get the boss rush. Let's go. Gonna buy the soul heart. I actually don't care about the Satanic Bible. We can also, let's deposit first, and then we can throw down Mama Mega. Yeah, we needed that. We were doing a lot of damage to our donation machine. We use this to get into the item room. Remember, we have pay to play now, so it requires us to have coins to get into rooms now. And chests. Mini mush, hey. Take that. I am looking forward to Dune Awakening, though. Dune Awakening is the MMO that's being made by Funcom, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not a huge survival game fan, but in something in the Dune universe, like I'm down to try it. Because like I never liked Ark. I would say the biggest survival game, quote survival game, that I liked is probably Minecraft. I do like Minecraft. Even old school Minecraft was very fun. Which I also did a playthrough on my gaming channel as well. Today's episode is one big gaming channel plug. We got 2 of diamonds. We absolutely do not want to do boss rush, but I will at least full card out of there. So we don't want to kill Mom right now. Actually, no, we can. I don't care if we skip a Devil Deal at this point. Unless it stays open. We could get lucky and it stays open. Oh, I thought I grabbed the negative. Yeah. Because like if we leave this room right now, the boss rush door will close. And boy howdy. I mean, we might as well. Might as well. Why not? This run, I wouldn't say this run's a mini disaster, but it's not great. Yep. I know that we weren't going to go back in there, but I figured why not. Oh, the Angel Deal stayed open. And Genesis! Oh, baby. Wow. Okay, well, that took a turn. Okay, so we are absolutely motivated to try to get as many items as possible. I'm gonna skip the cathedral, which means that we got to go through the womb and womb 2. The reason why we skip cathedral is because we can go straight to the chest. We still have the bloody crown, which means that we are going to be able to get that extra shop and item room. Which is going to give us even more of a chance to get even more items before we Genesis this whole thing. Now, there is some merit talking about Genesis. There is merit to popping it right away because depending on how the magnitude of how bad a run is can influence when I actually want to use Genesis. This run, I mean, I can win with this run right now. Like it'd be painful, but I can win with what we have right now. So I don't mind delaying Genesis for another 2 floors in hopes of getting better items. Or maybe not better items, but at least more items to pick through. But if we had a really trash run, I mean, we were on death's door. We couldn't. There's no way that we're going to survive this run. Then yeah, obviously I would rip it pretty much immediately. Bloody Crown does give you a shop, right? No, it's just treasure rooms. Okay. A silver dollar is the one that gives you the shops. Yeah, so it's still 2 extra items that we can get, which means that we're able to choose through 6 extra items on the Genesis run, or we can take Cancer. But the Cancer, if we use, yeah, I mean, if we use Genesis, the Cancer trinket just goes away. So I'm gonna start skipping rooms here too, because damage is still quite doo-doo. But Genesis is definitely going to save us here. Again, we're not in dire straits right now, but if we get into trouble on the next floor, I will just pop Genesis immediately. A Backstabber absolutely destroying it, although I don't know where that slowing field came from. You get more damage, and I'm down with that. So there should be one more item room to get. And the whole point of this delay, by the way, is just to buff Genesis. We just want to give ourselves the best opportunity to get better items when we do eventually pop Genesis on the next floor. And that also allows us to easily skip Isaac, too. Now, there's also a strat that you could do, which I'm not going to do in this episode. But I have done it before, whereas you can just take Genesis all the way to the chest and then re-roll to have the maximum amount of items. But at that point, it's kind of like, well, you might as well just not even have Genesis. Unless you've got a real trash run going and you've got to maximize it. If you can get through the cathedral with your run, then you probably don't need a reroll. But I want to because this run's been going very slow. Oh, we have sped it up though for sure. But going back to Dune Awakening, yeah, that game looks really, really sick. A couple of YouTubers got flown out to Norway to go play it, and I'm jealous. I definitely that's one trip I would have taken. Norway is one of my bucket list countries I want to go to. Always wanted to visit Norway, see all my heavy metal brethren. Speedball, 2 or 3 for spun out of nowhere. But it's pretty cool that they have. It's an alternate timeline, so it operates separately from the novel and from the movie, which is fine. I mean, that's what they did with Star Wars Galaxies, and they made it to where it's sort of like this alternate world where the player can't really affect anything that's canon, but have their own canon to kind of forge out and stuff, which is really neat. You could pick, like, you know, you can be like a Bene Gesserit, you can be just a sword master. So far, anyway, there's not a whole lot of detail, but you can find gameplay footage of it, and man, it looks good. Obviously, the sandworm's going to be a big thing here. I don't know if they're going to have dedicated servers, or if it's going to be like an Ark survival type thing where they're going to have like, you know, people have their own servers and stuff to set up for communities of their own. All right, here we go. We're just gonna rip Genesis here and get rid of everything. All right, so our base tiers went up. Our movement speed's way down. Damage is horrible. We could go bag of crafting, I guess, just to see if we can get some extra stuff. It's way too late for PhD, so. Yeah, we'll just go bag of crafting here. Lazarus's rags for some security. Definitely need some growth hormones. We can only pick one here, which is the reason why I don't usually like to go for an early spacebar item, because it usually gets replaced pretty quickly. Our plug's not good, dude. I guess. Need some HP too. Remember, we don't have a lot of items that we're going to be going through, so we got to be careful here. Any much for stats, Athame for sure. We get a death certificate. Okay. Treasure map is good. We don't necessarily need HP at this point right now because we have a death certificate. We can get Binge Eater if we absolutely have to. I mean, minus touch is not going to do much, but it's better than the other two. Doing jumper cables, hive mind, or school bag. School bag is probably the best choice out of this one because we won't have to get rid of a death certificate. Acquire coat hanger. Take placenta for HP. Backstabber again. Got the D and fizzle too. Big bloody gust. Our Princess Crown's probably not gonna actually matter. This is Linger Bean, not Mega Bean. Iris. Get the spun transformation. And yeah, we'll take damage. Spin Dizzle, wow. Do we want Spin Dizzle instead of D and Fizzle? Definitely want 4.5 volt here. Keeper sack is just totally useless. The glass cannon. This turns into Mercury. No, Pluto. We don't really need Pluto. I'm gonna take the battery pack. Ooh, we can get Polyphemus. Yeah, we take Polyphemus here. Especially with Backstabber, we take Cricket's Body for sure. Dead Dove. We don't have enough for Sacred Heart. Ooh, but Maw of the Void, though. Plus, Maw of the... Oh, no, we don't have enough stuff. We don't have enough charge. Well, Dead Dove is fine. Stapler. Take the Bone Heart here. Definitely want the Halo, and that's it. That is it. Okay, so that was a very good Genesis. And now we have Death Certificate to decide what we want to do with Curse the Blind, of course. I don't think Curse the Blind affects Death Certificate, though. No, we can't take that. We could just take Brimstone and just be done with it. It would be pretty funny to take Forget Me Now to do that again. Could take Black Candle. Hey! We could take Black Candle as well. Blood Milk's always a good option. Only I could do full clears of the Death Certificate room. Happens a lot more often than you may think. The Yave, we got a spin down. Charge at least. I really wanted Maw too. Belial is always good with Polyphemus. I mean, Belial is always good, period. Get a Soul Heart. There's one particular item that I'm looking for that people are not going to like. And I can appreciate that, but you can blame the game because they gave us Curse the Blind. I'm not going to waste my Death Certificate on garbage. Of course, I can't find it. Don't even tell me it's all the way over there, dude. You gotta be so locked in that you don't walk into the wrong thing in the Death Certificate room. Revelation wouldn't be too bad there. There she be. It was all the way over there. I know. People don't like Binge Eater, but you know what? You can blame the game for giving us Curse the Blind. Also, I went the totally wrong way here. Even despite us having the treasure map. Look at that damage from Backstabber Polyphemus. So we are going to get the dub. It was quite the unorthodox win, I got to say. But, man, that Genesis, I mean, that's what Genesis is there for, you know, is a extremely powerful reroll. And it was like I was saying before, you know, we could have won with the run that we had. It wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't worth sticking with, though, because it's just like, yeah, we could win this, but I'd rather have fun and throw out the Genesis reroll. We haven't used Genesis in a while. It might be the first time we've used Genesis in Repentance Plus, actually. Someone's gonna have to check that for me. Maybe the second time. But either way, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you all so much for all the support over the weekend, getting us to another 3,000 like video and then some. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below, and yeah, where are all my Dune fans out there? Let me know if you watched the miniseries. I'd love to hear your opinion. Again, no spoilers. Try to be polite. You consider it for people who haven't seen it yet. But I always enjoyed discussing shows that I'm actually like watch, because I don't watch a lot of shows, and that one I did watch. It was a lot of fun. Hope you have a fantastic start to your midweek here in the Mosh Pit, everyone. Thank you again so much for all the support. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Alacran19, Lucas Wagner, Flashback 007, and Alec Holloman. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.